Alrighty then, staying to MechWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of... Oh wait, that's black. Why is that black? Haha! Let there be light. Let there be unholy light. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of MechWarrior 5 as we continue the campaigns of whatever company this is. We are going to be playing once again in a wonderful god thing. Apparently you guys have a hype train going. 94% to level 1 hype train, 2 minutes left remaining on that one, so thank you. I was basically scrambling around the room trying to get everything ready to launch this little rocket ship that we call a stream. MechTech has given out 1,000 bits to shovel that over into the next level. Yeah, that's a thing. I know, it's crazy. Apparently you guys have officially hit 100% of this particular hype train, so congratulations. I do feel kind of bad that I wasn't here for most of it, so that's fun. But you guys always do this. Whenever we have a hype train, it's always been in the middle of the thing. Mr. Prime coming in with 2,500. I was gonna say C-bills, but no, it's bits, and that's gonna boost it all the way up to 100% again. So I can only assume we've now just hit a level 3 hype train, because that's just how this channel works. I don't understand how hype trains work at all at this point. I just let it happen. Let it happen, and let's see where things go. Yeah, level 2 has been officially completed, thanks to Mr. Moon Prime shoveling it over to the top. We're 76% away from a level 3. However, I should actually probably like do the streaming thing now before like people start asking what the heck is what they're doing. I do what I want. This is true. Alrighty, so I'm going to be streaming today with K-Ogre, Moon, and Ginger, as we're going to be rocking our way through the co-op side of this game, which if you're not playing co-op, honestly, it's probably the best way to play. I'm not knocking the entirety of the game, just co-op is probably the best way to game. So with that out of the way, and all of that in mind, I'm going to unmute myself. I'll say hi to all the people. We'll start on a mission, and we'll actually get things done. So, undeafen myself. Hello, how's everybody?
Oh, hi.
What?
Moon, are you there? Ginger, are you there? Just making sure, so that we have all of the people.
Hello?
Lovely, I got you. Ginger?
Okay, good.
I think Ginger has gone. I don't know. Why is it possible in Mech 5 that a light can
Alive.
crash?
I'm alive.
Oh, good, you are alive. We were worried. Why is it possible? Why that can happen? Because people are cool and very capable. And you are running at high speed, and you're driving something that drives at very slow speed. It can be hard to hit at a high speed thing. So everybody, let's ready up, and let's rock and roll, and let's actually blow things up before this hype train actually expires.
You've got the tonnage to take the Atlas.
I know,
Too
but
late.
the Atlas actually has less firepower than the Stalker. Like, it's kind of sad, but also kind of true. This Stalker has way more firepower than anything else that I've got.
The Duke has pledged to commit the Draconis.
Oh yeah, you got the Splat Stalker.
Yes,
But we'll need to secure a
the
landing
ultimate
site
in
for them
destruction.
first.
So
Our
this is a...
employees can't land dropships until the satellite relays
This is
controlling
technically
air
a
and
campaign
orbital
mission,
weapons
but
are
apparently it's
destroyed.
being played out in the same way
Destroy them.
as a beachhead, so we're just going to be on the
Recon has
move.
found
Need to make sure that we knock out
artillery
all satellite
batteries
uplinks,
scattered
otherwise
throughout
we're
the
screwed.
They couldn't find all
And
of
yeah,
them, so track
we'll be a lot of
them
fun.
down.
I'm glad that you've been looking forward to the stream. Hopefully we'll do a good job.
Remember that we gotta murk all those mechs.
Look out for the artillery.
Bob.
Incoming bombardments.
That could have been nasty.
They do not like us.
Our employer wants this area cleared of all tanks.
Oh god. Oh, this is not going to go well for me. Oh, I barely got out just in time. So yeah, make sure you spread out and be ready for anything. Oh, we got air power.
That's not.
Still don't have anything really all that good on sensors, which is kind of sad. There we go. Who's on the leftmost of the flank? If you want to hook around, hit that artillery position, that would probably help us out. We got the
Okay.
zones. Thank you. Don't get too far caught out, but Meg Tice is giving a tier 1 sub to the community. They've got the 2 so far. They're going to do it to the Party Commissar. So we are all well protected.
Target neutralized.
Oh, the artillery is becoming real. Thank you so much, Mike Dice. Level 3 is now officially complete on our hype train.
That target off the list.
There we go. So that's one of our defensive bunkers. Actually, I shouldn't be using that. I should be using these. They're much better designed for this sort of close quarters combat. I need to consult the map again, but like, yeah. Wait, who's that way out there? Don't go too far.
Yeah,
We don't want to have you overextend. That's my only concern, is I don't want you caught out where you're totally exposed and alone. So we're actually going to continue heading off to the north. There's another, what appears to be an artillery position, as well as a couple of more of the sensor dishes. So, although at some point we are going to have to actually go wide left. We'll do the wide left after we prune back some of the artillery. Because obviously we don't want to activate the initial the main objective yet. Alright, so I think we've cleared that. Hopefully that's not going to count against us. Because we've got 6 artillery installations.
It hurts. Oh god, it hurts.
Are you actually getting hit by it?
Objective down.
Yeah, I was right in the middle of an overlay of 4 of them. There was nowhere to go.
Oof. Yeah. Well, we've knocked out 2 of them so far, so that'll help. Alright, now we start heading south. Start heading south towards the main group. Oh god. Yeah, this is gonna suck. That way we'll be able to finally knock out those last 4 artillery guns.
Destroy the enemy garrison.
We have Jenner.
There does appear to be a
Charger.
mech behind us.
It's a Charger. Oh, and Manticore.
Is it a 1A5 or?
it's the
Yeah, it's the laughable
Oh, the 1A1.
kill vehicles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can ignore it for now. I really want to get these artillery guns offline because we're assault mechs. It makes us extra vulnerable to it. So, Stalker's a lot faster than I remember. 48 kilometers an hour? No, it's a 4.6.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Someone wants to know that target to the right.
so much artillery.
Yeah, I'm going right for it. Hopefully this doesn't, you know, backfire horrifically. Oh no!
Oh, overheat.
Ow! Seriously, what the hell? Oh, it's a partisan.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
Can't actually see what I'm shooting at because there's
Oh, this.
so many trees. But if somebody can kill that partisan so that I can keep focusing on actually hitting the artillery pit without getting, you know, my bottom shot out. Hello?
I'm taking a nap.
I've got the Charger on me.
Artillery shooting close range, try and
Or
protect
sorry,
themselves.
the Wolverine's on me.
Wolverine?
Yeah, there's a Wolverine over here.
I'm in the artillery pit.
Oh, I am needing support.
I'm here.
Oh, dear.
Another artillery gun down. At least it should be. Alright, 2 remaining. Haha, very danger close. I hate it. 1 gun left.
That's it for the artillery.
Okay.
That will make the invasion much easier.
So much PVC spam. Everything is on fire.
Yeah, let's form up together. Get basically, let's try and rendezvous with the final satellite dish. That way we can hopefully cut out a couple of steps.
Enemy radar capability
Never mind, taken
has
care
been
of.
disabled.
Alright, I'm gonna go link up with the Orion and the catapult. And we'll get things going. See, don't get my poor stalker scorched. Too late. Level 3 head chain has been completed. Congratulations, everybody, on your hard work at accomplishing such a prestigious goal. You have my thanks, and my gratitude, and we will blow up this base because of you. Thank you very much. I get the feeling like I'm missing
There's our promised support. Friendly dropship
Yeah.
landing now.
Alright, so the primary target is actually off in this direction. Actually by that dropship. So for some reason the shield went away. Ow, looks like the catapults really had gone through the ringer. Don't
Yeah.
do not shoot Hellstorm artillery that you see that is not marked. God, I wish I had really any sort of thermal vision.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Yeah, it's one of the big things this game's missing.
Can't wait until we get some of the some of the larger overhaul mods. So MechTech in particular is what I'm waiting for. And when that comes out,
Apparently, Naveed is not going to be updating Reloaded.
yeah, at least not for the next several months. Apparently, he's really busy. He's also a little bit burned out from last I heard.
Target
So
destroyed.
Yeah. I just hope they fix the multiplayer in MechTech.
yeah, if multiplayer MechTech works, I will be a huge fan.
Target acquired.
What we got?
Oh god, artillery!
But we killed all
This is
the
gonna-
artillery.
No, we didn't, apparently.
We can
Here's
get
another
There will be another
charger
batch,
up.
yeah.
Keep the base clear
Oh, good.
of
It's
any
not a
additional
dangerous one.
hostiles while we take control. Look up. We've got hostile aircraft on approach.
Come here, I'm going to take your head.
He's hidden. He's
Yeah,
a charger.
just- Yeah, well, it's a matter of principle. Oh, it's full of artillery.
God.
More enemy artillery than we thought. Watch out.
Ow.
Alright, are we allowed
Oh,
to
God.
go out and hunt that artillery yet? Or is Rihanna still gonna throw a fit? And not? Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Destroy targets just came online.
Ow.
Immediately disappeared again.
They're going to try and recapture this base.
Yeah, like, we can see the icons when we come up. The question is, we don't want to blow them up, which might cause Rihanna to, like, end the mission early and then we don't get credit for it. Unless it comes up as a mission objective, which basically means we just have to dance around all these circles.
Well,
So
they were
you-
marked a moment ago, then they're not.
Yeah, it marks them every time they fire. No, enemies are in range. Flying enemies, that would explain it.
Target acquired.
Recon reports that there are still hostiles in the area. Get ready for them.
Working on it. Oh, we got a dropship inbound over towards the north. That ought to be fun.
Target acquired.
We gotta kill one more primary target also. That'll technically clear.
Point captured,
Just on a
Commander.
panther just dropped
Now
in.
You need to hold it.
Yep. Does anybody know who our last king is?
It may be the locust that's over the hill.
Oh, how about the locust inside the base? Oh god. They suddenly decided they had a perfect shot on the stalker. And you know what? They were right. Just a beautiful little illumination of doom. That's what we're really
Here
looking
is
at.
where we earn our
Okay,
pay.
good.
Incoming BattleMechs. A lot of them.
Survived the final assault. 4 targets. That's not so bad, actually.
As long as they stay off my back, I might live.
Towards the north.
Unit engaging with mercenary forces.
Stay away from my little catapult. Oh god.
Oh god.
Run! Run, Geogre.
Target acquired.
Help! I could not get away from any of that. Oh god, they did it to me again. I hate you all.
Just run!
5
Vinny?
seconds. You're down.
Dude, this
We
is
have-
worse than World of Warcraft raids, man.
New target panic.
Oh, that's an interesting friendly fire incident that's about to happen right here.
Target acquired.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go with the Lando maneuver on this one, and we're gonna engage these guys at point blank range. That way they can't shoot at us with that Death Star. I mean, the Hailstorm artillery. Jenner. Behind a hill, of course. This really wouldn't be so bad if we weren't worried about the artillery just suddenly ruining our score. Because that is the only thing that's preventing me from sending you guys off to go hunted down. Jenner's almost dead. I'm walking into this field. Okay, that's the Jenner. Who is last? With the knowledge that they probably only need to stay just outside of range in order to let the artillery kill us. Taking several pages out of my RogueTech playbook. Alright, let's push west and deal with this artillery. There's no thermal or magnetic. I'm still excited. The line of maneuver, so just charge it in the face. Alright, that's one hailstone down. Just gotta find the next. They're actually incredibly poorly, protected. Oh goodness. Alright, we got 3 more guns over towards the north. So if somebody wants to just immediately start heading that way.
Working on it.
Thank you. There's also a gun off to our south, 2 of them. I'm going to head off on that one.
Found it. It was an SRM-20 carrier.
Nice.
What's more, the governor's daughter has been found alive and in good health.
Congratulations, everybody. We have saved people.
Patching her through now.
So, you're my rescuer, huh? I didn't need the assist, but it's still greatly appreciated.
Oh, great.
What I do
It's one of
need
these
is
people.
for you to not hand me back to my dad just yet. I was able to drop a tracker in the vehicle that nabbed me. I want to get to the bottom of who these goons are and why they're after my family. I'm heading over to your dropship now. We'll talk soon.
No, don't come aboard our dropship. We don't have enough ramen to feed you.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling like we are not in a position to do that with our insurance. So the princess was actually in this death. Yes, she was. So that hurt. Anybody actually lose any armor?
Yeah, my back got ripped open.
Did you
Thanks
lose
to
any?
My
artillery. No, I didn't lose anything.
And right arm are both showing structure.
What is this armor you speak of?
It's a thing that keeps you protected from death.
Yeah, well, I didn't lose any components. How about that?
I suppose that's the question I probably should have asked. That was a lot of artillery. Oh, those are some nice medium lasers. So I'm gonna grab not that, no, not that. How about that? That'll work. Make a little bit off the terrible stuff that we're gonna sell. And go to hands are some decent medium lasers. Oh wow. We need to get
told
like
you I got
jump jets or
wrecked.
something. That's
Oh, hell no.
Alright, so this is apparently Samantha Cole, a princess of House Davian. So that's great. And sure, we'll accept whatever mission you want. I don't quite know what we're doing, but that's not the point. View the system. Oh, we're going to
Listen,
Matar.
We get a question mark reward. It's like, the cereal box reward. It could be really good, or it could just be a shitty fake tattoo.
I could push. No, I'm gonna go for the sure thing. Head over to one of the industrial zones. Yes, Kyogre did nearly die on us. It was kind of sad. Just how little of that catapult was left.
Dude, I was doing the mad happy dance of run everywhere too. It didn't work.
They wanted you.
Yeah, the artillery kind of said, F that guy over there in particular.
Alright, hire pilots. Any good pilots? Ooh,
I will be
45 is
waiting
good.
in the ready room.
I've seen it all.
We good to repair?
Now,
I know your
Yes,
story.
we're good to
meet you in
repair.
the ready room. I've seen it all.
Alright,
And
if you're a
idle
30
hands are
rated
wasted
pilot,
money.
you are no longer in my company. Huh, apparently I already got rid of all 30 rated pilots. Well, now we have a little bit more depth. ER large laser short burst. That's tempting. Let's see what sort of battle mechs they got around here. It's a Black Knight, but it's a normal Black Knight. So I'm not particularly interested. Also, this Black Knight died due to beheading, so doesn't exactly fill me full of confidence.
Do be careful of what you purchase, because all of your active mech bays are currently full.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see. Why do I have a dragon? Oh, right, to sell. And then a whole bunch of locusts. There's no fast way to sell them.
Poor locust on a beachhead.
I mean, a locust on a beachhead is actually not a terrible idea, because, like, you're too fast, the artillery can't catch you anyway.
Sure.
As long as you pair that with, like, a really good combo, then you could have a lot of fun with that. Do I want to keep the Vindicator? I definitely don't want to keep the Vulcan. Do I have a light lance at the moment?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not really.
I think the lightest thing we have is Kintara and Crab.
Right. So definitely going to sell the Cicada and the Vindicator then.
Well, I mean, we can't modify the Cicada's engine, so it's terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although, you know, high-speed ramming is definitely a thing in this game.
I mean, yes.
YOLO.
Full speed. It does mean I should probably put something in cold storage, but, like, what?
What gets used the least?
See, that's a really interesting question. Part of me wants to say the Atlas.
Well, the Atlas, the RS is just not that great of a variant.
Yeah. I mean, like, the
He is-
tankiness kind of makes up for it, but, like, we
Yeah.
need to be running a full attack.
The Atlas is a good bullet sponge. We should keep that.
Alright,
I don't
Timitar!
know. The Thunderbolt seems kind of meh.
The Thunderbolt is just a solid backup mech. We should start doing multi-operations, though, in order to really start taking advantage of things. So, hey Greybeard, just stopping by to greet you all, and then later. Hi, bye. It's not a Black Knight, you know, two halves of a general bank them together. Contracts, another campaign mission, night mission, so that'll be fun. And Curating prices, of course, so 27 salvage. 340 tons, though, so people can start stepping up to bigger stuff if they want. We have multiple assault mechs open if you want. I think I'm going to take the Agincourt, just to make Talik as nervous as possible. First I drove his Stalker, now I'm driving his Agincourt. To be honest, a zombie Black Knight was how I learned to play BattleTech. Yeah, I can see that. Black Knights are pretty fun. I prefer the Black Knight Al, though, so... Really, nobody wants to go to, like, an awesome? I am impressed at all of your guys'... There's been like, wait a second, we have an awesome.
No, I was like looking at it. I was like, man, the Orion's super toasty, and I'm like, oh man, the Awesome isn't toasty, heat-wise.
Joking.
stat-wise.
I was seconds away from clicking on the awesome, and then it got taken.
You can take the Awesome. I don't really care.
It's cool. He took it.
Bring forth my missile at
I'll
or
take the
Stalker.
rifleman.
We
Oh,
need to
we
get
don't have
you
that
a
one yet.
Stalker with missiles, yeah.
And I did figure out that the numlock key trick does work with tag to keep it always on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing. It works really well.
Nice. Alright, ready up then. If nobody's
Actually, you know
swapping
what?
out of the
Take
water.
Thunderbolt.
Okie doke, that's going down in tonnage. I will take a... I'll go back to the Stalker, I guess. Just to make sure that we
Change
have
my
enough...
mind. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna bite the
Okay.
bullet and take the big boy.
That's the way to go. Maximum toughness. Twin
I will make the
PPCs,
sacrifice
LD10,
for the team.
and an SRM10 as well.
Banshee made a really effective
folks.
Marauder with a solid shot LB10 and 4 medium lasers, and just basically sat back and cannoned
Did you ready
people, and that thing would rack up like 1,500 to 2,000 damage a match.
Wow. Ginger, ready. We're waiting on you.
My bad.
Mad and Cat in the same squad. Yes. For a little while anyway. Although someday soon, somebody will make a Mad Cat. That would be a great day.
Center is just ahead. Our job is to kick up as much of a shitstorm as possible to draw them out.
Oh, just
and
destroy
keep
all
them
locations.
distracted
Lovely.
while Samantha
Alright, what do you have
infiltrates
set
the
up on
data
this?
server.
Oh god, that's
Make us a
toasty.
show of force, but be sure to fall back once all the main objective
I mean,
marks
I
are
like it to
destroyed.
leak, but wow. How did you have that set to not fire in sequence?
Can we fire PPCs? What fool does that in an awesome? You press all the buttons.
All 3 of them.
Even firing in sequence, that gets toasty.
New target Phoenix.
Let's go play game. Okay, I really need to figure out how to use this thing. Like, the alpha is insane, but...
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh god, I can't look up the awesome's one weakness.
Oh no. Well, actually, you do have an arm, so...
Yeah, the arm works.
There's a Griffin out there too. Or actually a Shadowhawk wanting to be a Griffin.
It's a weaker version, too, because it's packing in 5.
Shadowhawk is so bad. We should feel bad for your mate.
I think they did it as a cruel ass joke.
I mean, that would be pretty easy to believe. Let's see, which direction are we going? Yeah, that works for me. Just in case we might be able to trick the game. You're doing your objective scan to leak. Yeah, I know, I got an orange CT already. Was there an exciting day at work? Especially because I was the only person from my department on duty today. Nice little 90 to 100 minutes of running and helping people get their stuff. Nice. I say that in the most sympathetic way that I can. Also slow the chain shooting in the heat map is better than like half a second between shots. But I want to fire all the buttons now. Actually, I do wonder how much heat I would generate it with. I'm gonna find that out. Let's find out.
Alpha Strike can drop you to 70% heat.
So it goes up to 40%, which is the misses. So that's not bad, actually. I can't believe I'm running into the Scout Archer. This feels somehow distinctly wrong.
It's the best kind of archer. Battle fists.
Driving an Archer like Warden would. I want to get into point blank range with them and punch him. Warden, you realize that you're driving an Archer. I don't care. Okay.
Have you seen all the SRMs I bring, boss?
Ooh.
I think that would be his response.
If you find the
I mean, he
acquisition,
does bring
just walk up
SRMs,
to it
or
in
at least he
order
used
pick
to.
it up.
He's got like 1 now. It's really a bigger and scary Wolverine. Ooh, stuff to steal.
That's close
I'm just
enough.
gonna.
Ready to start pickup operation.
Hi there.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object.
Hello, I am an awesome. I have PPCs.
Package acquired.
There we go. In the meantime, I'm gonna pick up the random junk.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Was that in the game before the new update? 'Cause I swear it wasn't.
It was
I don't
No,
not.
remember.
that's no.
So
It was
the old-
in for like 1 tutorial mission.
Yeah, where you had a javelin.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, he does have an MRM40 now. He has an MRM40 and like an LRM20 or 25 or something like that. Because he has a whole bunch of LRM5 launchers. So he is surprisingly accurate when he needs to be. Hello,
Got a
Kintaro.
couple of
It is a
locusts on the right.
locust.
Target acquired.
Alright, I'm going to push the satellite uplink just to see what we've got. It's another Shadowhawk with LRM5. All Vulcan with a burst fire EC2. Alright, that target's killed. I don't want to get too close to it just because my armor.
Target acquired.
If we just want to nuke the big satellite dish in the middle of that next base.
I got it.
Thank you. Igor incoming.
Target acquired.
Dropship,
Oh, multiple Igors. You tell my guns aim up that high. Oh, there he goes. Immediate control of the efforts. That worked. This thing alphas really well.
New target charger.
Boring charger.
Critical.
Chill.
Ah, there. It's one of the more tanks. Destroy it.
Offline.
And an app. Eventually we will get MRMs in this game and that'll be fun.
New target Vulcan.
His head is actually pretty good. He's got one right leg on that Vulcan. We just want to quickly remove it. There we go. Shoot, 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 shoot. Shouldn't have done that. He's shooting my cockpit. It's not there.
I have got a lot of internals showing.
Yeah, pull back them. So the hangar range. The Atlas has the twin PPCs to do that, so. Charger's not the most important. He is relatively easy to kill.
How is this Phoenix Hawk not dead?
They're fast, that's how.
He's dead.
Target acquired.
Well, I think we've cleared out most of that.
Target destroyed.
Kill the satellite dish and we can push on to the final objective.
There is some random vehicle off the east of us somewhere.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Was.
Target destroyed.
Try 8.
Oh, there's also an assault mech back there. I assume it's a charger. No, that wasn't my bad. It would have been so much more interesting if I could have punched people. I'm not at all salty about that.
Target acquired.
SR-20 carrier back there. I just want to know what the assault is. Like, I have an idea of what I think it to be.
We got aircraft coming in.
Big, small. Oh, that's a
big
185. That is big. Very big. I got bail. My armor is gone. So that's a 185 charger, the good one. Wow.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
I have lots of armor.
That's a demolisher.
Target destroyed.
It's a dead demolisher.
That's probably what ripped open my new torso at that point. Just be careful with this charger because it's nasty. So twin SRM6s and an AC-20.
Well, its cockpit is now dead.
I will join you in on that. But, if you want to take his head off, that would be a brilliant charger to take.
No, his CT is open. Yeah, his
All right, hold fire, hold fire.
Holding fire.
CT is still red. Oh, he did.
I don't know if that
That
was the
was
CT or the head.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was one of them. And I'm gonna hope for. Oh, this is better. We're only getting 27 salvage. Why am I even bothered?
Oh right, the salvage shares suck.
Yeah, we're working for the Davians, and the Davians don't really like us yet. Like, we've been working for Merrick a lot, and so they're not super thrilled.
I can go
Like,
first for
you
a
know,
while.
We helped like this random lady who says she's a princess.
Yeah, but she also said she didn't want to be turned back over to her father, so it kind of sounds like they were running away from her folks at the same time as we're helping her do stuff. So...
The fine print on the contract.
Exactly. So Davian probably likes us
Once you've
even
found
less.
the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
What'd you find?
Don't know. Hope it's shiny.
Excellent find, Commander. Beginning recovery now.
Keep your eyes nice and wide open, because we're about to trigger whatever is left. I expect multiple Igors.
Get used to the PPCs. I miss the instant snap PPCs.
Oh, I know.
Target acquired.
Alright.
Yeah,
blow
when
up
a
that satellite
frickin'
uplink.
heavy rifle goes faster than a PPC, that's a problem.
What?
Brilliant. Payload
Yeah, the heavy
acquired.
rifle is the fastest shooting weapon in game. Not in terms of like rate of fire, but in terms of just bullet
That's
velocity.
one target down.
That
How are you
doesn't-
faring on your end,
you know what?
Samantha?
There's a
I
quick
can
drawback
Made it
there.
to the data vault.
Yeah, I'm not
Whatever
gonna
you're doing, it's working. They're moving on to your location.
go to the
I
evac
just
zone. I
need
like
you
that
to buy
plan.
me some
It's
more time.
2,500
Take out those
meters in
other
that direction, so
installations.
That's all you can do here, Commander. It's time
I
to
will
pull
definitely
back.
be doing that.
New target.
yeah, head on
Commander,
out.
Incoming message from Samantha.
Nice job with your diversion back there. You're a natural. I was able to extract exabytes worth of encrypted data.
I'm still
from these
confused
guys.
as to who this
It's
lady
still
is
in
and
the
why she's
decryption process,
like,
so
critiquing
no
my
word on
mercenaries
who's responsible for the
response.
attack on my father.
I feel like I should be
One
moderately
thing that
insulted.
is clear is that this data was sourced from deep within Combine space. So that'd be a good place to start looking.
Combined space.
And it,
There may
very
be more at play here than we realized,
good
Commander.
Vulcan, if
Let's
that
regroup
could be even
and see
applied.
what turns up
The
in that
5 medium
data.
laser one? Yeah, that is legitimately a
Yeah.
good Vulcan.
Yeah,
Any-
no, it's
Anything that packs that many decent medium weapon hardpoints is a-okay. Do you have the accuracy decay on your catapult?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer, just see if I can't hold them inside the thing. Although we desperately need to get our hands on another Beagle active probe. One, it's lighter, and two, it has a bigger radius.
Well, so far we know that there's a catapult that can take it, the Raven that can take it, and the Banshee and I found a Battlemaster of all damn that can take it.
I
CT's
mean,
wide open.
wasn't it was like a command console Battlemaster, so I guess it was just like, just put the probe in there.
There's a command console.
I want-
or Atlas.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I haven't seen that one yet, if the DDC has the points for it.
She's the main daughter of the house, and she's undercutting your actual employer of your father to find out exactly who is exactly targeting family and why. Also, the last mission of it is a darn doozy. Sorry, but did the Davian royalty not blame the Drax till then? See, he raises a good point. Step 1. Have you blamed the Draconis Company?
Step 2, have you tried blaming them more?
Step 3. Have you considered blaming Lao?
Step 4, blame the Torians.
See, we have the entire Inner playbook on how to work with all your international diplomatic incidents.
Step 4, gang up with the Lyrians to beat on Lao.
The counter alliance that is made because of the alliance that Steiner and Davian have together is so pathetic in nature that most people don't even know about it. But technically, House Merrick, House Lau, and House Kurita are all allied against Steiner and Davian.
Technically.
Technically. On
Well,
paper.
just because that piece of paper says so.
So these covert drag forces scream, I failed House Kurita as they die. Oh no, I'm dark cats. Exactly, see? Pyro's getting it. Ran out of anything? Yeah, probably Capellan's fault. And to be fair, about 30% of the time, it'll actually be their fault. More random supplies.
Could she have possibly parked further away from us?
Yeah,
Clearly what was
seriously.
meant to happen is we were supposed to hit the near target first, and then the last two that we went to after first, and then we would be right here. But I stupidly thought that I was going to be able to, like, pull one over on the game.
It's not like she could fly or anything and say, oh, you're over there. Well, let me just, you know, skedaddle over there and drop right on top of you and pick you up.
Welcome back, Commander.
That would be
Let's
too
Well,
much.
at least we made it.
We did. Center torso open. But we made it. Hmm. Rather impressive that you guys haven't broken everything yet, which is nice. Although I'm still wondering what we're gonna get. If it's gonna be like a Victor or something. Like, I get the feeling that it must be a Victor because we are working for the Davians, but still. The pilot takes notes from Super. I knew it. If we had
That's
shattered,
disappointing.
if we had shattered this thing, we might have been able to get it. We'll take his burst fire cannon, the PPC, Phoenix
Sorry.
K. What's sorry?
Oh, it was probably my missiles that hit some random location when you said
Oh
stop
no,
firing.
I killed the charger, but the thing we should have done with the charger is we should have ripped apart every single component on it. That might have
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
it down enough.
Parted out, yeah.
So,
Well, sorry about the repair bill.
it happens. Besides, we have money. That's the point.
I only took armor damage, but I also couldn't hit the broadside of the barn.
That's fine. Riesling's Planet. Okay, I get the feeling that's probably one of the last ones, so we're going back to Marquette.
From what I've noticed, they go in 4 or 5 missions for the campaign things.
This will be mission 3, but it's not inside a normal combat zone. That's my thought.
Let me know when we're good to go for repair.
And we have arrived at Marquette. I'm going to go sell a mech. Pour the Phoenix off K. Didn't stand a chance. Keep, of course, the Rifleman DNA because it's super useful. It's the dragon that I just sold him. Ooh, Hero Mech and Murchison. We're going to take a stop over here and then we'll head to the final, or to the next mission. You did hit the head a bit, funnily enough. Yeah, we did actually strip most of it. But the final follow-up, the 4 medium lasers, hit the center torso instead. Which, you know, a bit of a shame. Although, we still wouldn't have been able to get it, even if we had headshot it. What do you got here? They got a Hero Urban Mech. I mean,
Ugh.
it's the K9, so clearly we have to buy it.
Uh,
How about,
What do you mean, how about...
I mean- How many double heat sinks does it have so we can buy it and then get rid of it?
It's K9. How would you want to get rid of K9? Such cruelty.
Simple. Walk up to Discount Dan and say how much you give me.
It's cheap too. It's only 2.8 million. It has actually 8 double heat sinks as well. Your dropship's currently fully in space.
For 2.2 million, that's worth those double heat sinks right now.
I know. It's a brilliant strategy. You know, I kept this thing fully intact, but like we're not going to use it for a while, so we'll put that in storage as well. All right. Bring forth. Wow, that's with a 5% markup on all items. And a dragon one in. How fast are you? Speed 30.
Oh no, he's still 32. Yeah, he's the typical urban mech.
I thought Deputy Dog had extra speed. Darn it.
From the mod, maybe.
Although, this is not Deputy Dog, because he doesn't have the light bar. PGI, what the hell? Why wouldn't you include
Well, he
the
does
light
have
bar?
the UAC.
He doesn't have the light bar, though. Who cares if he has the UAC? It's all about that light bar.
Hey, Fahad, Go hook up a light bar, man.
See? If you're not
The
running
whole
around with
police protect and serve thing with the urban mech does look pretty cool, to be fair.
it does. He just needs his little lights on top. Police urban without flashlights. See, the being gets it. Every urban mech is a hero. You just need to be brave enough to drive it. We do need mods. Eventually, we will get mods. And on that day, it'll be so much fun.
Yeah, it'll be glorious. Plasma cannons.
All right, pull out all the stops. Take your biggest, your finest, your nastiest, because it's a 400-ton mission.
I'd take a bigger missile mech, but this is the biggest one we got. So
I mean,
yeah.
we have Agincourt. Agincourt is also a missile mech with considerable missiles. Large chem lasers for sale, heavy rifles for sale. Oh, this one has a slower projectile speed. We might actually be a bit light for this mission.
I think we are going to be a bit light.
We need to
I'm
get our
not gonna lie,
hands.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the heaviest stuff we've got. So we're just gonna have to rely on the broken power of SRMs. Although I'm not bringing the super SRM up. The K9 catching the bad guys at 20 miles an hour. They can outrun the Irby, but they can't outrun the X. See? People who understand how to properly utilize the mech. Hello.
Commander, incoming message from
Yeah, this feels
Santa.
like final
The
mission.
decryption process is taking longer than I had anticipated. But without a doubt, the data originated here. I'll see if I can make any more headway in deciphering this. Maybe it can tell us something useful. In the meantime,
Oh, they're gonna have us go
I
all
want
the
you
way
to
around
take these
this map,
bastards
aren't they?
down. It's time they learned no one messes with House Cole.
You heard the lady. Targeted location has been marked.
Is this the same as that big freaking lava map they just took off the lava and slapped on freaking ice?
I
Probably.
mean, I can see certain similarities, but no, the left side is an all the way path through. There's no dead end at the end of the curl. Scout Stalker. People think they can throw me better. Let's see one else mark bullet. Exactly. Brilliant strategies. Locate shadow unit leadership. That seems like such a... The name makes me cringe. You know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of the canyon map. Where we could split off in two separate ways and one led to their base and the other one led to the city. That's what it reminds me of.
Next time I do that mission, I'm going for their base first, just to see if it makes a difference.
I don't think it will. Oh, we're getting jammed.
Stop moving now. I've just seen schematics of the base. It's heavily fortified, and you are within a hair of triggering its perimeter defenses. A full frontal assault
Oh boy.
will trigger alarms and put the base on high alert, leading to increased resistance.
Of course it would.
What do you suggest, Rihanna?
It means going around the
Samantha's
side
briefing
path.
mentioned a path along the edge of the base. It's a longer detour, but we can potentially catch them by surprise if we take it. I strongly suggest the path of least resistance here, Commander, though the choice is yours.
Feels like a trap.
This entire map looks like it's set up to be a trap.
It's misery all over again. Although we're not dragoons, so that might go a little bit more differently. We also don't have dragoon tech yet. So I think
Yeah,
my
if we were dragoons, those are annihilated.
exactly. I think my end tech goal is I want a Night Star. We need to get Kyogre and Assault Mech with billions of missiles, which is a version of the Marauder 2 that I don't know if they've included in this. Also, a version of the Night Star does that too.
Well, I know that there's Marauder 2, but I think there's only one variant.
That's a shame.
I'll take a stalker. I'll take a missile stalker. That's fine.
We could
That's
also
still
put you
LRM-16.
in. We could also put you in. Oh goodness! Hi, assaults.
BattleMech inbound!
Charger. Mini charger, so no worries. Hi there.
Yeah, CT's wide open.
Okay, for some reason my mouse isn't actually doing anything. I don't know
Do you
what's
have a
going on.
joystick? Do you have a joystick or a
Look
gamepad
around,
of any
but I
kind?
can't fire. I will try unplugging my Xbox controller. Hold on.
Yeah, if it detects any movement from that, it tends to freak out. My rudder pedals do the same thing.
Target acquired.
Nope, still nothing.
Interesting.
Alt tab out and alt tab back in.
Still nothing. Right, hold on.
Yeah, drop and rejoin.
Worst case scenario, unplug the mouse.
Oh, that might work. Did we kill the charger?
Yeah,
yeah.
his CT got tickled in ways he didn't appreciate.
Nice. You know, the awesome just looks really good. We should get you a missile awesome. That'll be LRM
There is-
30, but you also get like large
Isn't
lasers.
there the like here awesome, the pretty baby, which moves 64?
I don't remember what Pretty Baby has, but I know that there is a stock version, not stock, well, kind of stock. There's a version of the Awesome which is equipped with twin missile launchers and twin large lasers.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Or is it a single large laser? I can't remember.
No, there's
No.
one that has a single missile launcher and like 3 large lasers, and then there's one with 2 large lasers and small laser and 2 LRM-15s.
I know there's one that's like a large laser, a PPC, and like an LR-15.
Yeah, that one is like, why?
Did that solve your problem, Eddie? Or sorry, Ginger? I always get you two confused.
I think I've worked out what the problem is.
Oh. What was it?
I am of no use in this mission other than to be a bullet sponge because for whatever reason the game has decided I have no weapon groups assigned.
Interesting.
You can
Does it at least
set
give you the menu
these.
to set them? So use your
It does. How do I go about
keys.
doing that?
Yeah, you use your arrow keys to move through the menu, and then your right control button to turn on and off items. And so you can generate your own groups.
I saw firing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No problem. Excellent. We are back on the move. They'll never figure it out.
Yeah, I know Pretty Baby goes 64 and has, I think, 2 large energy, 1 large missile, and I think 1 medium missile or something. It's kind of weird, but it also comes with crap load of double heat sinks, and then it moves 64, which is really nice.
Which means free XL engine.
Pretty much.
The 3M has 3 ERPPCs, a small pulse, and 2 Streak 2, because somebody... No, I won't say it. But utilizing a Streak 2 is something that not normal people do.
I picked
Streak
up a
2s are
signal
bad.
resembling the trace on you.
Streak 2s are bad.
Destroy that structure on the cliff
If you
side
get a mech
before
with
anyone
6 missile
decides to
slots
pay
on
you a
it,
visit.
it's good, and it will slay lights. Fight me.
I mean, yes, we have Ashen Court approval.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, I had with the mods, I had the Cyclops with all the missiles, and I ran Streak 6 missiles, and that was hilarious.
See, Streak 6 I can understand. It's Streak 2s that I got beef with. It's like, you're not
Yeah.
shooting enough. Alright, there should be 2 more ECM towers along this path somewhere around here.
That Cyclops, I would just run up to even assault mechs and be like, hello, I have missiles, and just chain fire the missiles, and you would just never stop firing missiles.
And once we get clan tech in the game properly, like SRMs or Streak
yes.
SRM 6 light killers.
It's even less weight.
You're dead.
Acquired.
You may want to deal with that locust. Alright, I'll come back and help deal with the locust.
No. I'm slow, I'm circling around. The Locust is anti-circling.
I'm just worried about our artillery getting screwed over. Kyogre, hide. By the way, Kyogre, their accuracy is greater when you stand still. Like,
Yeah.
it's like programmed that way.
I was just trying to compensate for my lack of accuracy.
That's okay. Alright. Like you did. The IS is allergic to medium lasers. Wait, what? No? The industry
Have you
loves their
seen
medium
our
lasers.
company?
Medium
We
lasers
have
are-
more. Yeah, we have more medium lasers than any other weapon.
I miss that 6 medium laser locust. That thing was great.
It was. Just run up, it's like, zzz, you're dead. You've lost a leg. Does changing direction hurt enemy accuracy, or is it just about speed? I don't actually know the answer to that one. All I know is that there is a modifier in there that says if you're moving faster, then their accuracy just automatically goes down. So,
And they still have a problem with the hit scaling on the small mechs. We've dumped gauze rifle rounds into locust legs and watched them laugh at it.
really? That
Oh,
seems
yes.
wrong.
Oh yes, there was much hatred for that.
Pretty Baby has a PPC LRM-15, medium laser, large laser, and an SRM-4.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
So I would then go... Oh, yeah, you're stuck at what, LRM-15 and LRM-10?
Target
Off of
destroyed.
that, I think.
Yeah, you might be able to do an LRM-20. And then just drop the PPCs to like dual large lasers.
Target acquired.
That is a lot of lasers. It's very pretty when they come crash into the ground.
We'll have you take head damage again from a falling Igor. That was hilarious.
Well, yeah, I'm just really fingers crossed for RogueTech being ready sometime in the next couple of months. Because the freedom that gives you is just so much fun. And also, I think I've gushed enough about the way in which I'm enthused about the way RogueTech handles bespoke weapon slots, but it is still possibly one of the most, I don't want to say most intelligent, but it definitely feels like it's one of the most elegant solutions to the problem. So, I want to play it multiplayer. Unlike last time where we couldn't do that.
Yeah. Also, I miss heavy Gauss.
Did we even use it? Oh, you probably played without it. Let's see. Consider the
We got Spider coming in. We got a lot of light mechs here.
Yep.
Acquired.
I'll take that leg, thank you.
Please don't explode.
Target
There's
acquired.
still a Jenner.
There's a lot of light mechs.
Yeah, we're facing like a whole stock.
Target acquired.
On the bright side though, on this map, my mech is so chill.
Yeah.
It's like I really don't need to have chain fire for my astrams.
Target acquired.
Have to shoot that big one. Excellent. How you holding up, Gallagher?
I'm okay. I'm alive. I got armor. Life is good.
I only ask because you are so much smaller than the rest of us.
It's okay. I know how to hide behind all y'all.
Alright, there should be another ECM tower somewhere around here, and I'd like to knock it out before we press on.
Before we get hit by all the SRM-6 javelins that they have.
Yeah, that too.
I'm picking up another signal source up ahead.
Oh, so okay. So it just dies off here until we get around the corner where it picks up again. Got it. How much does MechWarrior 5 not having minimum range MPs buff the awesome? Extensively.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
New target Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk, come here. Oh, what are you?
Acquired.
Okay, I mean, if you want to really pick a fight with me, Mr. I'm a 40-tonner attacking an 85-ton assault.
Speaking of the SRM-6 javelin,
Yeah, I see him.
That's him dead.
Target Javelin. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
dead.
Target destroyed.
Well done. I think the mech I missed the most was my dragon. Because I had a dragon with a Gauss rifle. And that is just loads of fun.
I missed the Annihilator that we turned into a Devastator, and I just headcapped people all day.
Salik is reminding me that I need to pay attention to ammo. I have 602 rounds. I'm pretty good on that. There appears to be a little alcove off to the side, which I feel like we kind of have to investigate. How do I feel about chem lasers? I haven't used them. Some people have told me that they're overpowered as all heck. I just have never bothered to bother with them. Alright, I feel like we have to detour. At least I felt like we had to detour, and then there was no gap in the wall, like it shows on my
The
route.
map lied to us.
The map is indeed lying to me.
Did he feel it?
Alright. As we just push into
They
this.
love these Vulcans, don't they?
Target Vulcan.
They do. Although luckily for us, it's not a very good Vulcan.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Not a core.
Target destroyed.
Oh,
Dead.
no.
New target Phoenix.
I accidentally walked through a nuclear explosion.
I don't know who hit him, but he went flying.
Yeah. Phoenix Hawks like to ragdoll really well. It's nice. Alright, Ginger, try and hang back a bit. Let me and Moon push the front.
Yeah, my rear CT showing.
Oof, yeah. Hand your red armor all around. I was just guessing by the gauge. And I want Turek to use them for laughs. Wait, what? Oh, chem lasers? They're basically 4 100-ton mechs waiting for you at the top, so yeah. Ah, okay.
The last structure
please
is
don't
dead
spoil us
ahead.
too much, but-
You'll be in the thick of its trace. Destroy it quickly.
Well, he said 100-ton mech, so that breaks it down to king crabs and atlases.
Pretty much. I mean, technically the Marauder 2 as well. Kill
Another squad of
these, yeah.
VTOLs moving towards you, Commander.
Got eyes on a VTOL?
No,
That's unsettling.
I see nothing, Lebowski.
Oh, they're there.
Target acquired.
There's one more Igor, like, right above us.
Target destroyed.
Okay. So, that's taken care of. Anybody have repairs? Just a little bit of repairs.
Yeah, that would be nice to have as a commander ability, huh?
Yeah. I do now wonder what would have happened if we had just shoved the main base head on. Like, what did we accomplish by coming at this from the other direction? Are there turrets or something? Because if they have, like, a mech force, they're just going to move it to the other side.
Yeah, almost kind of wonder, like, with all the attrition damage, if just slapping your face against
Another
the base and
message from
creating a
Samantha,
firing line
Commander.
would have been better.
You're going to want to hear this.
Commander, I just finished decoding the data. I know who's responsible for the attack on my father.
It was your
I
father.
don't believe it, but it's my own family.
Ha! I knew it.
Estranged cousins. They fled the
never mind.
Federated Suns long ago after a failed attempt to usurp
Oh.
my grandfather. They appear to have taken refuge in the Draconis Combine, supplying House Kurita with
Of course it was
classified
the
information
Drax.
about my family
Of
in
course.
exchange for
I mean,
clemency.
When in doubt,
The pilot of the Victor that attacked my home is my cousin, Henrik. He
Okay, that
aimed
is
to
indeed a
kill my
Marauder
father
foray.
and take the throne for
So-
himself.
There's also
yeah.
a Stalker with a lot of lasers.
Let's shove the legs on this Marauder. It doesn't give us a good chance of staking it, but it is the fastest way to kill him after this game. That's one leg.
One leg is gone. Watch out, there's a
I am just
stalker.
getting
We
nuked
have
on my
to put a
left side.
stop to these usurpers now.
Oh, I got head capped.
Oh, that is extra double plus bag.
It is extra bad. Yep, they just took advantage of the fact that the Awesome has a terrible cockpit in vanilla. There's also an Orion behind you.
How are you not dead? There we go. Okay, I'm armless. I am not going to.
I hate to say it, but we are losing.
I would agree. I really heavily. Yeah, I'm about to get pumped.
I'm beginning to see why this was a 400-ton mission.
Yeah, I'm out. Okay, looks like there's only 2 left.
Oh yeah, if you can keep that Victor at range, you might.
Yeah, just
have a
target that
better
Victor's
chance.
right arm. Focus
lost
his
one
right arm
arm.
with everything else.
PPC down.
Yeah, that. Also, that Stalker's. Yeah, that Stalker's the one who head capped me with 4 large lasers.
Kegger, it's probably going to descend on you. Oh no, and there's a tank.
Oh, I've hated. Look,
Hit the
Not
stalker.
good.
There's the tank. Just keep it going. You can do it. You're so close. What's his armor status at?
The facility has gone cold, Commander. No other hostiles detected.
Oh, you got
well,
him!
I've only got my AC and an SRM4 left, and the AC's only got 11 rounds.
You got him!
Really amazing what you did for my family. This plot against us has been in the works for generations. And now it's finally over. Thank you.
Fix my
Thank you
screen.
for...
Congratulations,
Getting
guys.
all sentimental. Well, a deal
Well,
is a
I mean,
deal.
It's still
Congratulations.
showing a
Back to my
it's still
father,
showing a
and
mech
I'll make
alive
sure
on
you
my
get a little
screen, but
something extra
it
for
won't
your
pop up
efforts.
on radar, so it might be.
Yeah, I've got the same.
It's gonna be a mad expensive.
All right,
It will.
I'll lead the way. I got
they
more
ripped
armor.
That thing to pieces.
I mean, the only thing you got to replace in the Awesome is the cockpit
So there's that.
and probably the pilot.
Our last first using lights and takes damage to assault lances. I mean, part of it was I threw in on an engagement I shouldn't have. I should have pulled back, but I blew off the leg of that Marauder so quickly, I figured I could do it to his other leg, and then he just kept hopping around to keep that leg away from me. Which was smart, but super annoying.
Yeah, I ran in there like, oh, he's going in, I should go in. And then they're like, oh, wait, your cockpit's huge, let me take it away from you.
Exactly, you don't deserve that. That's stock 4N. Yeah, we can't get any of it.
That's...
It is totally lame. Does anything look good? They are selling street.
Yeah. Your pilot's dead.
There's LB10 ammo down there. There's a couple tons of it. There's some double heat sinks there too, boss. Towards the bottom.
Oh, you don't want to see the damage screen.
Down towards the bottom. There's a couple tons of LB10 and a couple double heat sinks.
You don't really need the LB10, to be honest. But the double heat sinks are very nice. Wow, the double heat sinks are worth 3? That is ridiculous. They're not that good. Yeah, the Stalker is not there anymore.
We could rebuild it. We could make it better.
Theoretically, we just got a Victor BSK. In pieces, I might add.
Well, you know.
Okay, that's an interesting way to build one. I shall claim it. What if the AI did it intentionally? The Basilisk? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that thing is lots of ballistics.
Yeah, well, whatever it was, it's not built that way anymore because it went immediately into storage. So, Star map. Take me to Merrick space. No,
Yeah, might need to buy a new pilot. He was very dead.
he tried. We'll travel to Munchkinson and then we'll get repairs. Only lost the streak too, so who cares?
Yeah, the
What
Victor
else?
looks like it's actually pretty good.
It was twin LB10s, triple Streak SRM2, and 2 medium lasers. Well, the first thing that's going to go is the Streak SRM2s. How is the Austin pilot? They're solid. They're solid as a brick.
Yeah, they're solid. The only problem is they suffer from abnormally large cockpit in vanilla, and since you have no way to buff your cockpit, as you saw, you can get melted.
Sell the Locust. Sell the Javelin.
Now, do we want to repair the Atlas, considering it's going to cost nearly 3 million,
What's wrong
plus
with
replacing all the lost guns?
Everything?
It's cheaper to do that than it is to do a new one.
Yeah, let me just rebuild it. Streak SRM. Wait. Yeah. So 3. Just a whole bunch of single heat sinks. Alright. PPCs. I should have a few of them. Oh, I wonder if I should give it large pulse lasers. Hey, A-Bibble! Been with us for 21 months! Thank you so much, my man. I'm gonna set up my harpies. Hopefully the harpies will... There we go. It always takes it a little while the first time.
Pulse
Only twin
lasers
large
are fun,
pulse.
wub.
I think it would just be interesting. Like, your range goes way shorter, but apparently they made them stronger. 12.6 versus a PPC's. Yeah, they do more damage than PPC's now.
Yeah, remember before the pulse lasers were just bad.
Yeah, they like I said, they buffed them. And pulse lasers weren't terrible, they just weren't good. I am gonna need a
The opposite
lot.
of good is bad.
That's not true. Let's see. Pull that out. Put these very, very safe double heat sinks in there. And then... yeah, everything else is just heat sinks. SRM ammo should be in the legs. Because the AI doesn't shoot at the legs very often. Single heat sink to here. That's not gonna change anything. Yeah, one will just be in the arm. That's only 1 million Seabills.
It's not too bad then.
Yeah. Although I should switch these. Because it wouldn't make any sense if I lost this entire side and still had to carry around the SRM ammo. Put it in the head for safety. Start the work. That Atlas will be good as new. The Stalker may require a little bit more replacement.
Just a little.
1, 2, 3 of my SRMs are dead. Which is totally replaceable. And then all of my medium lasers are blown out. One of which was a really good medium laser. Luckily, I now have 2 of those. So actually I can bring the Stalker's heavy weapons back up to full. SRM ammo in the center torso. SRM ammo in the left torso. And then the rest is just heat sinks. Yeah, this should be easy. Use that to try and hide some ammo. Some ammo in the legs instead of in the torsos. Because again, the AI not exactly brilliantly known for going after legs most of the time. Some of the times they do, just most of the time they don't. So yeah, overall, I don't think I've lost all that much firepower. A little bit, 0.3, because the SRM6s are not quite as good as they had before. It's extra boost for the eject pod. A poor Stalker though, I'm glad you didn't take the Agincourt. Yeah, Agincourt would not have lasted long in that. It's only 331, but the daytime is gonna take forever. Need to find some better SRM6s. Yeah, that'd be nice. Alright, let's see. You do not have an ECM slot. But you were carrying 2 LB10 solids. And I don't know how... oh, you do have an ECM slot. Never mind. Ooh. It has a Guardian. That's actually really funny. And these small missile slots. I can cram in SRM4s, which seem totally reasonable. And then some medium lasers, which leaves me enough space for some ammo for the SRM4s. That is the last of my SRM ammo. Okay. Probably need some double heat sinks. Put those very, very safely in the center torso. That stalker looks like it might be a bit hot. It's not. That stalker is astonishingly chill. Even when it's not in a cold environment, it's very well insulated. So you can go twin heavy rifles, but it's toasty but effective. I don't know if I'd want to do that. I think I need another, at least a half ton of SRM ammo. There we go. It's a Victor that doesn't jump, but like, I mean, come on. We all know how that really works. Also, it's a Victor with a Streamfire SRM4, and I'm not happy about it. Yeah, I have tons of cash. Inventory, missiles, SRM4. Alright. 2.5 tons of SRM ammo, 4 tons of LV-10 ammo, which may not be enough. A Guardian ECM, 2 double heat sinks, and 2 medium lasers.
And all of the armor? Question mark?
Kind of. Not really.
So, no.
Kind of. I mean, it's one of those things. These are very delicately balanced machines, you see.
Right.
Do you really need all the armor?
Yes.
I mean,
What kind of stupid question is that?
It's a very aggressive response.
What he said.
That question is something the Draconis Combine asked before they send in their warriors.
Alright, hopefully that gets fixed up in a way that is not horrific. Although at some
The
point
armor
I would like
keeps
to
me
put
alive.
jump jets. I would like to put jump jets in it at some point. Alright, we have a long repair time.
These refit times are pretty insane.